Well, good morning, folks. Tony Fountain from Ray White Mittagong here, and welcome to another edition of What's On this weekend in the Highlands. This weekend, of course, being the 22nd and 23rd of April, and I have as my guest all corporates out there. Please notice, please make note, this is what a working general manager, chairman of the board looks like. Mrs. Charlotte Webb, who's the chairman of the board for the Southern Highlands Botanical Gardens, which has to be one of the most exciting developments coming up in the Highlands.
Oh, absolutely.
Great to have you on board, Charlotte.
Thank you very much.
No.
Lovely to be here. Lovely to see everybody today.
Well, it is. I mean, the other thing that always intrigues me here is the vast number of volunteers that you have here.
Oh, just amazing. We have got so many volunteers. We have a working bee first Tuesday of every month, and we get an average of 35 to 40 volunteers every day. And it's just amazing whether it's hot, cold, rainy, heat wave, doesn't matter. They all turn up.
Yeah, well, I'm probably going to get into trouble here, so don't tell her. But we're sitting here as a little old lady came past pushing a wheelbarrow. I mean...
and I think she's actually nearly coming up to her 80th birthday.
Good, I was going to ask her age, but I wasn't game.
Yeah. Well, we're lucky. We actually have somebody that comes in still at 90.
Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. It can unload a load of mulch.
God,
at 90.
Here we go.
That's at gardening for
all right, well, we'll come back to all about the garden. Folks, this weekend is another big one in the Highlands. We hope you had a great weekend last weekend, but this weekend, this is what's happening. So, Charlotte, tell us... just give us a quick rundown on these gardens, which are situated, for anyone who hasn't been here, on the corner of Old South Road and Kangaloon Road in Burradoo.
Oh, well, Tony, this is a community development of a botanic garden. It's going to be the major showcase garden in the Southern Highlands. We're community-based, community-backed. We have very little government assistance, aside from the council has kindly given us a grant, a lease for the land for 21 years, and they help us out on an occasional basis with mowing and things. But it's all driven by the community.
Yeah. I think it's just an amazing development, and top marks to you for putting it all together. What I'd like to be able to do, if it was okay with you, is come back regularly and we can get footage and watch these trees starting to grow.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And we have a 21st birthday party here for make sure the council doesn't bloody flick on the lease. Sign here, press hard. That's it.
Look, I'm sure they'll be fine. No. Well, it'll be lovely to come back in winter because we've got a registered national collection now of birch, which are the trees, with the white trunks. Yep. But we've got 21 different types of white trunk birch.
Okay.
So in winter they'll be fantastic.
Now, speaking of winter and things, this weekend also, which I've kind of mentioned earlier on in the show, is the big weekend for these 5 gardens, isn't it?
Yep. 6 gardens.
We've
got 6 gardens and an amazing plant fair. This is our 7th year that we've been running. And we have 6 gardens throughout the district. We range from smaller town gardens of about 2 acres, which are collectors' gardens, up to bigger gardens. Yeah. We've got a 5-acre town garden of the late Paul Ramsey. We've got the National Trust garden of Redford Park, and parkland gardens, all sorts of gardens.
It's all on there. Well, folks, it's all on the web. You would have seen that as I was going through earlier on what events are on. But you were saying earlier on with the plant sale that you actually had people queued up down to the corner.
Oh, yes. Last year we had them. It opens at 9 o'clock, and about 8 o'clock...
Saturday and Sunday?
By Saturday and Sunday,
right.
9 till 4. But at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning we had all the plant collectors turn up. We have them come. They come from Melbourne, they come from Queensland, they come from all over the place. And they lined up here starting about 8 o'clock to get in. And I was down the bottom here, and I looked up. It was like seeing the elephants coming over the hill as they all ran down, boxes in hand. It was like the day David Jones Market's Boxing Day sales.
All right, yeah.
Oh, it was just
swing
amazing.
The doors open,
just
stand
amazing.
Back.
Yeah. So we have all our plants are grown by the friends. We have plants that are just not available anywhere else in Australia.
Right.
And then we have just the standard plants that just because I'd like something pretty in the garden, we've got those too.
Come and get those. Well, that looks like being a big weekend.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Charlotte, thank you so much for being part of the show. And as I said, I really look forward to watching this develop. I drive past it God knows how many times a week. And folks, be there on the weekend because it's going to be a big run. Also, don't forget, as long as you've got a pulse, you're having a good day. Hooroo.